Hey friends, good evening. This is Ashley with Uncommon Roots Homestead, and today I am over, this evening, I'm over at the land, and I wanted to take a look at what Kevin has done so far with building out the potager garden. So you guys know, you've seen my master plans, and we've gone through planning what I'm going to plant. And obviously we needed the infrastructure because this space was just an empty space. So Kevin has been working kind of in his free time building my beds. So you can see he hasn't leveled them out yet, but he will. He's placed them where they're going to go. And I'm really excited. So I'll kind of take you over here so we can look at it from kind of from afar. We're actually over at the land waiting because there is a company here in our area called Green Heron, and what they do is they help consumers compost, and it's really cool. They have a really cool mission. They help people who live suburban lives do something better for the planet, even if they don't have access to all of the tools that they might need to traditionally compost. So what they do is they provide compost bins, and then they actually pick up that compost, and then they take care of it. So you don't have to have you don't have to worry about turning your pile. You don't have to worry about smells or anything like that. They take care of all of that. And we're actually going to be a drop site for them. So they're going to drop off all of that compost that they're collecting here for us. And obviously that's perfect for us because we have a huge garden that we want to be able to use compost on. So you can see the bed. So we've got all 9 of those. He's got 1 of the metal beds done. We've got 3 more of those. So it'll be 4 of those total. And then he went ahead and built out the 3 6x6 beds as well. And it all looks really good. I've been trying to figure out, I measured everything before I started this and I knew exactly what I wanted. But as you kind of see it come to life, sometimes you have to readjust a little bit. I was looking at my plan and I had put a 15 by 15 spot for all of my squash and melons. That's so small. That's very small. And actually the space I have is bigger than that. So you can see back here, that is the hibiscus tree, that whole space right there. That's all available for squash and melons. So it's probably, I'm about 70 feet by 15 by 20 feet. So 70 by 20. I'm going to use that whole space. We're considering, unfortunately, taking this tree down. I've said this so many times. I don't love taking trees down. I would like to leave all the trees. I think it's good to leave them as the natural habitat for everything that lives in them. But if we're talking about the garden and access to sun, sometimes it makes more sense to take them out. And we're also planting trees and other plants that are going to provide that habitat. We're also taking down that holly tree. That one was planted here. It's not indigenous, so I don't feel quite as bad about that. But still, it's a beautiful tree. It just provides too much shade, so we're going to take it down. And that's also going to help my fig trees. So I have 3 fig trees over here. You can really see them. Get close. I've got 1 there, 2 there, and then the 3rd is right there. And they get a little bit of shade in this spot too. So I'm hoping that by doing that and taking those trees down that we actually make the rest of our plants here thrive. But yeah, so super short. I don't have a ton today to share with you, but I'm getting really excited and I hope that you guys are too. There's something that's so special about the season right before spring. Winter can be dark, it can be cold. It's cold right now. It's starting to rain a little bit. But it also can be a really cool time to really embrace everything around you and start to plan and really start to think through what you're going to be doing in the spring and summer. It's so easy to want to just fast forward to when you're planting everything and then when you can harvest. Sometimes that beginning of spring is way harder than even that's hard because you're planting everything and then all of a sudden you just want to harvest. And nothing is ready in spring to be harvested unless you planted it in the winter, I guess, or maybe kale. Nothing really is substantially ready to harvest. And that's hard. But I think that it's really important to take time before all of that busyness starts and really decide what your goal is and what you're looking for. And developing this space and planning this potager garden has been that for me. It's given me time to think through what my goals are, to think through how I want to scale and how I want to expand this space in the future, to think through what I want to plant, it's just been such a wonderful time. And I've really loved sharing it with you, and hopefully you've enjoyed it too. I know that come spring, we're going to have so much to talk about. We're going to be talking about fruit trees. We've got our apple trees. I know I talk to you guys about the orchard all the time. Let me see if you can see it from here. You can see the trees all run down a line there. We're going to have so much to talk about and so much to harvest and so much to preserve. And it just all moves so quickly and it's so busy. So I want to spend my time now planning that and to really thinking through what I want to do and kind of understanding the steps so that when I'm in that moment, I can just enjoy it. And I don't have to stress about figuring out a timeline at the last minute, or, I won't have to stress because I will have already planned it out. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get in the truck because it's freezing. Hopefully our friends from Green Heron are here soon. And I'll share that process with you as well. It's a really cool mission. And we're excited to see how it goes. Have a great evening, everybody. And don't forget, check us out on Instagram, Uncommon Roots Homestead.